For today's Cyber CEO episode.
My first Cyberbacker, she was fabulous. She's amazing. And, she's very well versed on all of those little things that are not the top 5 agent things that I should be doing. She's reliable. She is 100% invested in my business and she is there every single day. She showed up more than I showed up. And this is really just another way that I can utilize to help build my business and the families and all of that make such a positive impact.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗯𝗶𝗶. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Renee, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. It's a great day in colorful Colorado.
Perfect. That's good to know. And of course, we really appreciate you being here. I know you're very busy. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners, just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe starting off with, what's your role in the business, Renee?
I am in my 5th year of real estate, and I'm a broker with 𝗙𝗲𝗶𝗹. And I started off actually as a listing manager for a high volume team and then transitioned into an agent and have really started to grow my team this last 10 to 18 months.
Okay, so now the growth for the business. But I'm curious though, how long have you been in the real estate world?
Well, I bought my first house when I was 21. And then have just progressed forward, have had rental properties, currently just the residence that I'm in, but have got my license in 2018 and then was just a listing manager for about 6 months prior to that. So not that long. I did get my master's in public policy before I did that. So it really uses all of that knowledge and brings that together into one field for real estate.
Into your business, of course. Now, before we talk more about your experience with us, I'd like to know, by the way, how did you find out about Cyberbacker? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Pivot Shift community on Facebook. And so I'd had some good friends and colleagues from across the nation that had attempted or had an experience with Cyberbacker. Mm-hmm. I had also used an in-person, in-house, physical. Actually, she worked for me for a short period of time. She's a neighbor down the street. And I found I'm not a very good manager in person. And so I knew I needed a little bit more assistance with training and things like that. So I found out about Cyberbacker and jumped in after hearing Craig speak at one of the training conferences that I was at.
Okay, so really heard about it, did your research too, and again, now you're working with someone who's virtual. For how long now?
So I started in November of last year. If something does work, you're able to give immediate feedback, and if it doesn't work, you can get immediate feedback.
Yes, that's why we're here again. It's not like others that here is your Cyberbacker, leave you to it. We're always here. That's the reason why Cyberbacker is there. We have the whole company supporting you, of course. Now, third Cyberbacker. I'd like to know though, because you go through the hiring process before you get to work with the Cyberbacker. So how do you know that someone is the perfect fit for your business, Renee?
Well, I didn't know to start off with. So I am actually in training with Cyberbacker kind of at the same time as well. I've started as a real estate agent. I didn't view this as a business owner. And so when I recognized the fact that I needed to grow as a manager and business owner, this was a great option for me because then I was able to set my 30, 60, 90 and do those sort of things. With my first Cyberbacker, she was fabulous. So I'm working with my second Cyberbacker. She's amazing. And the part that I really enjoy there is I sometimes don't know what I need until I need it. And I need it right now. And even with the 30, 60, 90 plan and asking others how they use their Cyberbacker, I don't realize that I can fully utilize that help in all those areas. I'm used to doing everything myself. So as things come up, I send her a text and I say, hey, are you comfortable doing this? And she says, yes, no, or I could get training for that. And so we have a really good communication back and forth. She lets me know when she starts work. She lets me know when she's done, what she's done. And if I have anything, I can send it to her whenever. And it's that communication piece that's really important.
Yeah, communication. And she is accountable to become, of course, the perfect cyberbacker for you in the business. Now, I want to know more about your cyberbacker, mainly about the tasks. So what are these things that you leverage off to her every day so you can focus on your business, Renee?
I know that I'm not the only one that is this way, but as you can tell, probably by the way that I've answered these questions, I get a little distracted, bright, shiny objects. So what she does is she has a list of items, but essentially the base task is I need her building databases. So I've got a program that comes out for my college alumni group. Well, I need her to look up all those people and make sure that I have email, phone number, all of that for those people. Any of the holes that I'm missing in my command, she helps fill in. I've got a divorce attorney class that I'm preparing. Well, she helps me build that database. She does those things because she has a really good attention to detail and she's intelligent and does all of those. And then when I ask her to build an email or I ask her to sort my tags and color them and change it, she's very well versed on all of those little things that are not the top 5 agent things that I should be doing.
So basically, she's almost everywhere in your business. She can help you with anything, almost anything, I mean.
Yeah, she really is slide in, slide out, and takes advantage of things. And I'm constantly masterminding with other agents that have cyberbackers. And I say, what are you using? How are you using your agent? And they use them so much better. And I get excited every time because I think, oh, I didn't think of that. And so 𝗙𝗻𝗓𝗏 has just been on for the ride and just kind of takes advantage of the opportunity to learn. And I like to think of it as we're really growing together.
I like what you mentioned there, growing together. And of course, that doing these masterminds with other people that have cyberbackers, I think that really helps out because, again, this is something new to a lot of people, the virtual world, right? And everyone needs a little help sometimes, right?
Yeah. And I really had a hesitation in hiring someone from another country. I was like, well, if I can afford to hire somebody, I should hire someone here. And then I learned more about the company and the good works that you're doing and the impact that you can make. And this is really just another way that I can utilize another company to help build my business and build their business there and the families and all of that, make such a positive impact.
There we go. That's the most important thing, of course. Now, you talked about communication earlier as one of the key factors to have a successful partnership with someone who's virtual. But aside from communication, what are the other things you think that can really build a successful virtual partnership, Renee?
Yeah, well, it's feedback and it's also knowing what you want. So I think and Craig mentioned this when speaking, the first thing you need to sit down and do is write down a list. Make a list of all the things that you don't want to do during the day. What are the ones that suck up the most amount of time because they break your focus and they distract you and you put them off? And because that's taking up so much of your mind share throughout the day that if you could hand those off and know that somebody can complete them effectively and efficiently, that with every little task that you do and that your backer does for you, you really are building that trust. And so make the list first, know what you want, and rely on the cyberbacker community to tell you sort of, hey, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I eventually went to hand off my social media, but that's kind of my little baby because my background's in marketing. So, I know that I spend too much time in there and it's a time suck, but I'm not willing to give that off. Yet it's on the list. We'll get there. So that's what I mean when I say growing. Letting go of things is a process. And So start with the ones that you don't want to start off with.
Yes, of course. Because again, and that could really save you a lot of time. And again, it really builds the trust that you have in your cyberbacker too, right?
Absolutely. And it's just like any other relationship. The more you feed it, the more it grows. So
true. 100% true. Now, one last question for you. Of course, this is going to be in our social media pages, and your cyberbacker Laura is going to be able to watch this. So we'd like to know, what do you like most about your cyberbacker? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Oh, she's reliable. That's the piece. When you hire somebody, especially when they're not right next to you or in front of you, you're wondering whether it's going to be reliable, whether they're going to show up, whether they're invested. And she is 100% invested in my business, and she is there every single day. That provides me with accountability as well, because there's no days where I can and that's another place I fell short when I first started, is that I didn't want that accountability, and she showed up more than I showed up. So when you start showing up for your business and someone else starts showing up, it's that it builds on each other.
Yes, absolutely true. And we here at Cyberbacker are very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for the next couple of months. And again, Renee, thank you very much for dropping by. I had fun talking to you today.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.